2 episodes ago, we talked about filling in this dried up river around our base. But instead, we got distracted and built up a shop in the shopping district. And though lovely though it is, it's time to get back and do that river. So today on Crossroads, we have 3 parts. First, we have to fill in the riverbed with our mud, dripstone, and some cobbled variants of stone. We have then marked off an area here and an area here for 2 new bridges. And then we've got to fill the whole thing with water. And of course, we've got a lot of details along the sides of the river to do. So there's a lot to do, but I hope you enjoy it. If you've not seen it before, I have a whole tutorial on how I like to work with rivers and lakes in Minecraft. But in short, I love to work with mud and soil and a mixture of cobble and dripstone as kind of the main riverbed feel. So if you want some more details on that, please do check out the rivers video. This time, because our riverbanks, as you can see behind me here, are quite high up compared to the water level, I think I have a rough idea of what I want it to look like, and I do want it to be probably a bit more rocky than normal. Now, I only have a rough idea, but I think what I'm going to do is go and work on this patch that's just behind me here, and then bring you back to talk you through the details. Welcome back, and here we have my little concept for this riverbed, and let's go into a bit more detail and see what I've done. So I wanted to kind of give a couple of different options of color. Now, because the kind of riverbed side, that's probably not the right word, but because it was kind of so steep, I decided to go for an overhang. So we've got a bit of moss here and some dirt and grass, as well as some of the packed mud and some brown mushroom here as another kind of mud option, overhanging. And we have our roots and some glow lichen and glow berries, and I think the overhang works pretty well here. We then transition into our stone variant. We have the mossy stone because water will make things a little bit mossy, I think. We also, and I'm not too sure about this, I added some acacia in here as another option for a stone. I would like your opinion on the acacia because I kind of like it, but I still see this texture as wood in amongst the stone, which is a little bit weird. And in a few places, I've decided to bring the stone up onto the top level, and I think I might kind of repeat that again over in a few other places. We also have a bridge that's supposed to go in about here, I think. Yeah. And on the floor, I've added in some of the darker variants in amongst. So we've got some basalt, we have some soul soil, some dripstone, some mud, as well as some of the cobble and mossy cobble throughout. Now, as I said before, this was kind of a concept I had in my mind. I didn't even do this one in creative. I just kind of had it in my mind. I saw a picture somewhere, I think, and thought, you know what, I could do that. Which, well, I think it looks alright. Yeah, let me know what you think. But I thought this would give me a good opportunity to explain kind of how I work within Minecraft. Now, of course, there are a few exceptions to this, but most of the time when I'm building in Minecraft, I will go into a creative world and test out an idea. For example, this rock face here, I might have gone in and tested out like a 5x5 block sort of area to see if it would work. I then take that idea and bring it back into survival and expand on it. So what I have tested in a creative world doesn't always look the same how it works in the end. As you know, I'm not copying things in here, I'm just kind of have a concept in mind. And that has its upsides and its downsides. Downside is I don't really know how many blocks I'm going to do or how long the process itself will take. But on the upside, I do feel like it, for me at least, it works on a creative level and I can work through and customize things as I go along and make kind of executive creative decisions. For example, if we jump into my creative world, I can show you the lush cave that I built. As I said, I like to work on a concept, test it out here in creative, but then do most of the building and detailing in survival. For this one, the crawling space was the concept I wanted to work on. With these roots everywhere, I just wanted to check that, yeah, it would look as good as I thought it would. And as we got into this section, well, it's about half a build, I guess. Maybe less than half. As I really just wanted to see about the detailing as I went in survival and not here in creative. That being said, this is how I build, but that's not how everyone builds. So if you build it in a different way, go for it. You do you. One negative of this style of building is I kind of changed things up quite a bit, and I just noticed that actually the water line's going to be like here, and it's going to kind of cut off most of the stone, and most of the stone will be under the water, which in itself is not a bad thing. Just maybe I want to bring up more stone up a little higher as we go along. But I think, yeah, we'll continue to work on this. I think on this side I might want a smoother transition into the water, but we need to get this bridge in and finish out this bottom. So let me make a bit of progress, and I think I'll bring you back when I'm ready to fill in probably up to here with water. Right, I've blocked off the edge here, and I think, well, we've filled out quite a bit of it, and I really want to see what it looks like with some water in place. So let's do the tedious task of filling this with water. You know, I am unsure actually. I think, yeah, like we have here, some stone going up, maybe around the base of the bridge actually would be quite good. And down here we still need to work on it. But I think that is looking good for a cliff face so far. So I guess we need another way to get over to the island. So getting this bridge in place is probably our next priority. With this bridge, we're going to hit from this point directly over to there. But it is going to be in the same style as this one over there. So we're going to do this one a little differently, and we're going to go from this to this to this to this to this to this. And we've gone for the same sort of overgrown with azalea bushes. I probably put more in this bridge than the last bridge, but I think that's kind of nice. We've gone for our spruce here as our walkway along, and on the sides we've gone for the combination of stone andesite and the stone brick variants. And I think these bridges together really help to add to this area, and I really want to continue with this waterway at some point. I have been looking at this while we were building, and I think actually, you know, on this side, I think having it a little bit shallow here but then going into a steep cliff face, similar styling to this, could be really nice. But what I want to do first is work on the rest of the island and continue this on the inside of the island on the way around. Of course, with shaders, this place is looking great, and this whole area is much, much nicer to boat in than it was before. At the beginning we did talk about doing this whole river area, but I underestimated how much work this would actually be. And I do try to aim for one video a week, but that does limit the scale of the videos that I can do. And unfortunately today, well, we're out of time. Though I do think that we have a really good template here for our cliff face and of course our bridges. So I hope you can understand cutting this episode here, as there are other things in life I gotta get on with. But I do really enjoy having you here in the videos, and I hope you enjoy watching them. And until next time, bye bye.